Hi, everyone. This is the orientation video for our Math 111 class. So this class doesn't meet in person, but we have videos, lecture videos and stuff online, and homework. Everything's done online. Even the midterm and final, two midterms and final will be done online. So I just thought, since there's no set orientation day or time, I'll just make a video, hopefully answering any questions you may have, hopefully. But mainly, the most important thing, if you're not aware, is that all the stuff that we're going to be doing, especially if you're a new student, this is important. It'll be done on Canvas, which you'll find if you just go to the MJC homepage. You could just Google MJC if you don't know how to get there, and then it should come up. And then this little icon in the top right corner of the page, it says Canvas, and it looks like a little flower or a sun or something like that. That's where all of our stuff will be done. So I'll click there just to kind of show you what it looks like. If you've already been on Canvas and this isn't your first semester, then this might be kind of boring. You already know it. But this might be what yours looks like. You might have fewer classes, depending on what's going on in your particular college past, I guess. Let's see. I can never find the right classes this way, but I just click on the left side, this very left-hand menu. There's this option here for courses. It looks like a little textbook, but it'll tell you a big list of all your courses you're currently taking, and then some past ones as well. Let's see. Ours, I know, I'm not very organized. I need to put this in a better order. Sorry about that. Spring 2023. Okay, here we are. So we should be this one, I believe. Yes. Okay. Let's see. It should open eventually. But this is where everything should be linked. It'll be, when the time comes for our midterms and final even, and all quizzes and homework will be done here. But this is kind of what it looks like. These are called the modules, if you're not familiar. It just kind of has, in order, a list of things that you should go through. The first module, the Start Here module here, it just kind of has introductory information, kind of places you can find different help. If you need help, then you can always, email me, or there's a tutoring center, or there's actually tutoring here on Canvas. It's called NetTutor. So that anytime, any day, you can go and talk to a tutor live. You're chatting with them, and I think you can share photos, and they can share their screen. You can share your screen. So if they need to show you how to work out a problem, or you want to show them how you did it, and they can tell you what you did wrong. But the tutoring center on campus is really good. And then I have office hours, which we'll talk about more specifically. But yeah, the tutoring center on campus is really good, but they're only open Monday through Friday up to, I think, 5 p.m. So, if those hours don't work for you, or if you're working on homework on a Friday or Saturday, you can't really ask for help Friday night if the tutoring center is closed, or Saturday, Sunday. But NetTutor, there's always someone, even in the middle of the night, I think, there's always someone, available to talk about any problems you may have with homework or anything like that. But anyway, after you go through the Start Here module, just click on the very first thing, finding your way around. It kind of familiarizes you with Canvas, especially if you're new to it. And I'll just go ahead and click on it so we can kind of see what it looks like. But you should, kind of read through it. If you're new to Canvas, it's good to watch this little video. It's not too long, 3.5 minutes. And then it says where to find the modules and all that stuff. But then once you're kind of done with this page, I would click on this button that says next here at the bottom right corner. And then that'll tell you the next piece of information, the next page in the module. So this is a PDF file I placed here with our class schedule in it, just in case you need to plan ahead. So we'll talk more about this as we go through the syllabus today too. But our class is what they call asynchronous, which means you can do the homework any time of the day. You can do your quizzes any time of the day, any day of the week. But these are the due dates. So for example, the very first two homework sections that we're going to have due are sections 1.4, which covers complex numbers, and 2.1, which covers functions and their graphs. So those sections will be due the first Saturday of this semester. So today, let's see, Monday is the 9th. What's Saturday? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, I think the 14th. So these two sections will be due January 14th. As it says here, these are the sections that are due on Saturday. So I break the homework up to where there's 1 or 2 sections due on Saturday, and then 1 or 2 sections due on Wednesday. It'll seem like random days, but it's listed here. Every Wednesday there will be certain sections due. We're in week 1, so this is what you're going to be doing this week. And then week 2, next week, you'll have 2 sections of homework due on the Wednesday, and then 2 sections due on Saturday, and then keep going on week 3. You know, then it kind of slows down from there. There's only 1 section of homework due every Wednesday, but this kind of breaks it up, because I noticed if all the homework's due on one day, students tend to push it off until that day, and then they end up not having enough time, and you know, yeah, it doesn't work so well. So I have, kind of split up. But if you're thinking, wait, but I work on Wednesdays or I work on Saturdays and I won't have time to do it, or whatever the case may be, all this homework is available right now on Canvas. And so if you want to do it ahead of time, like say today, you're watching this video and you say, oh man, I won't have time to do this homework on Saturday. I'm busy. Even Friday, I'm busy working or doing whatever. You can always work on it ahead of time. There's no downside to doing it early. So all this homework you can do as soon as you want. It's just that they're due on these certain days. So it's not like you have to do it on this day, but you have to get it done by this day. It's more like what the due dates are. And then it even has in this little course schedule here, it has the days of the midterm. So it looks like midterm 1, it's highlighted so we don't lose track of it. It's in week 6, which is somewhere kind of in the middle of February. But it'll be on a Friday, and it's actually at a certain time of the day. So we'll all log into Canvas at this certain time, 5:30. Oh, sorry, I should say PM. Oh my gosh, I gotta change that. PM. Anyway, 5:30 PM. I made it that time just in case people work in the daytime, because this class, there's not really any set days and times we need to get together except for these tests. But hopefully everybody's off work at that time. But if you have like a atypical work schedule where you work nights or something like that, please email me ahead of time, maybe at least a week or 2 before, in week 4 or 5, and just say, hey, the midterm's coming up and I know that I'm working at that time. So can I take it early, like earlier in that morning or the day before? Yeah, we can always work something out with exams as long as you tell me ahead of time. Yeah, don't wait till after. So that's midterm 1. It's in week 6, which, that's a ways off. So don't worry about it too much now. And then week 11 is the second midterm. It's also a Friday, same time. So again, if you know that you can't make it because of work or something like that, just email me a week or 2 ahead and just let me know what's going on, and we can work something else out. But the final exam, that's the only one that we can't. Well, I think you could do your final exam early if you wanted to. It's supposed to be on the Friday of finals week at the same time, 5:30 PM, but it ends at 8 PM. You get a little bit extra time because it's a little longer. And but if you need it, if you can't make it to that day or that time doesn't work, please let me know ahead of time and we can probably work something out. Yeah, so that's okay. The course schedule, and then there's lots of information on the next coming pages, but I don't want to bore you with it. You should just look through it on your own. It's just a lot of information about the school and different resources and pieces of information. Yeah, about your instructor, where to find help, course schedule, course syllabus. After I kind of talk a little bit about Canvas itself, I'll go over the course syllabus as well. Let's see. So then once you go through all that information, all the stuff in the first Start Here module, then there's week 1. So from there, it's just broken down by week. Week 1, this is what you have to do. So the very first thing I have in week 1 is the notes for the entire semester's lecture videos. So as we go, we're going to be having lecture videos, and you watch those. So I clicked on the page, it says the entire notes for the semester. I know I had the wrong year on it, but don't worry, it's the right thing. It's just, this is an optional thing. So what you're supposed to do in the modules is you watch a lecture video. So it's kind of like as if you were in person. You're listening to me explain a concept that we're learning in this particular section, and then I'll go over some examples. So for example, once you watch the very first lecture video that's in the week 1 module, you'll actually see this on your screen as you watch the video. It shows, section 1.4 complex numbers, and you'll hear my voice talking about it. Oh, this is what we're learning, and here are some examples. And so you notice that this this handout here, it has the actual examples on it. It says add these things, but it doesn't have the work. It doesn't show the answer. That's what the videos will do. You'll watch them and you can follow along. So it's kind of as if you're in class listening to a lecture, but the videos are just there in Canvas, and they're linked from YouTube, so you can watch them anytime you want. But just make sure, yeah, that you want to watch this video and complete the section 1.4 homework before the due date for section 1.4. But you could watch it anytime, early, late at night, any day of the week. So you'll see in that first video, I'm going through all these examples here. Okay. A lot of fun stuff, For some, it might be review. I think chapter 1 is supposed to be review. But for a lot of people like me, it wasn't review when I was a student. I never seen it before. Okay, now we get to the end. This will be the end of lecture video section 1.4, and then you'll go do the homework. That's also linked in Canvas, and then come back and you'll see. Okay, then now I'm going to start the notes here. Section 2.1. Now that's the start of the second video you'll see in week 1, and then I'll be kind of talking about these notes here and explaining what's going on, the concept, what are we trying to do in this section, and then you'll see me going over these examples, and you should follow along. So that it's up to you. I think it would be helpful if you have the resources and everything to print this out. They're actually free copies of these notes in the East Campus library on campus. So if you get a chance, if you happen to live kind of close to the campus, or you're able to be there for other classes or something, it's good. You just walk into the bookstore on the East Campus, which is in the big student center building, and just say, hey, you know, my instructor for this certain class said that there's notes here, and they'll say, oh, okay, here they are. It's just this big package of these notes printed out. So you don't have to print them yourself, but if you live far away from campus and you just say, hey, you know, I don't really want to go to campus just to get these notes, you can always print them out yourself, or just kind of on a piece of paper, write them down. And the notes, though, they're all for your own reference. That way, when you're studying for the midterms or the final, you have something to look back on to say, oh, that's right, that's how you do that. It's been a month since I saw that. I totally forgot. So it's good I wrote that down. But you'll still have the videos there. I won't take the videos away. They'll still be there. You can always watch them again if you wanted to. But at the very end of the semester, I'm going to give extra credit to anyone who kind of uploads their notes for the semester. So if you actually get the set of notes from the bookstore, or if you print it out, or if you just write it by hand on a piece of paper or digitally on some program on your computer or whatever, you take notes somehow, I'm going to give you extra credit for having done that for the whole semester. So it's totally up to you. Of course, extra credit, you don't have to do it. That's why it's extra credit. But it's a good idea, because if you're at the end of the semester and, you know, you're like, man, I wish I could have a few more points because I'm not doing so good in this class, then that would be nice to have. And yeah, and I think writing down as you watch videos kind of helps you're absorbing it better, I think, as you write it. So it's up to you. But the notes, it's a big PDF, so it's a lot of pages because it's for the entire semester. It's all the sections put together. So it's up to you how you want to do it. Yeah, so that's that. Oh, and then I lost that page. I was going to see if there's anything else on Canvas I wanted to talk about. Let's see, the syllabus. I think we'll see the syllabus, I think, pretty soon. I already emailed it to everyone, a link to it. So you might have already read it, but if in case there's anything that's not super clear on there, maybe that's good to go over. But yeah, this is kind of how it looks right now. I think if you log into Canvas, and if you're not enrolled in the class, if you want to add this class, you're on the wait list, you probably don't see our course on Canvas. If you go to your Canvas page, you won't see Math 111 there probably. But if you do want to add, just the first day of class, Monday, that should be probably today that you're watching this video. That's when you email me and say, hey, I want to add this class, and this is my student ID number or W number. I think if I have your W number, then I can go on PiratesNet and give you permission to add. So I myself can't, it's against the rules. I can't add you to the class. I think just in case you change your mind and you don't want to add, they don't want me adding you and you saying, hey, I didn't want to be in this class. So you email me and say, hey, this is my student ID number. I want to add your Math 111 class. And then I'll say, okay. And then I'll go give you permission to add in PiratesNet. And I'll let you know, hey, you have permission now. And then you can go in PiratesNet and add yourself. And then I think it might take a little while to see this course in your module in Canvas. So if you don't see it right away, maybe wait a day, something like that. And if you still don't see it, let me know. But then this should show up and you'll see everything. But I think at first you won't see anything past week 1 because I haven't published week 2 yet. I don't want to overwhelm everyone, but I'm going to try quick as soon as I can to publish week 2 in case there's people that, you know, you want to get ahead now while the semester is just starting and there's not a lot of work from other classes. Maybe you might want to get ahead. So I'll try to get everything done early so you can kind of work on stuff early if you wanted to. No pressure though. As long as you get things done by the due date, then you're fine. Or if you know you're going to be out of town, a certain week or you got a lot of work coming up at a certain time, it's good to just get ahead in this class if you can. Yeah, so I'm going to click on the syllabus here. Yeah, should be the same link that I sent you in an email maybe a few days ago or a week ago. I can't remember. This is the syllabus. It's kind of weird. They call it a liquid syllabus. It's supposed to be better than a paper syllabus. I don't know, maybe. But it's kind of confusing if you've never seen one before, because it just looks like, oh, this is the web page. It has, 4 sentences on it. So what is that supposed to do? But up here at the top, there are different pages. So right now we're on the home page. Now, once I read anything I want to on this page, kind of scroll down and read it all, then I'm going to move on to the next page, a welcome note, and then just keep clicking on the pages as you go there. And then once you get to here, there should be more, and there'll be a drop-down menu, and you can pick any of them. So I thought maybe I'll go through all the pages. I don't want to get too detailed to bore you, but just anything that I think might actually help. So this is just a welcome note. Kind of tells you about the course and about myself, and I don't know, stuff like that. But what it does tell you, I think, is it, let's say, yeah, please. A lot of stuff we've already said in this orientation video, I guess. And then also I wanted to put this page in here. This is my teaching philosophy that I think a lot of students, if you're anything like I was when I was a student, is I kind of felt like not smart enough. Like I look around my math classes and look around and think everybody's smarter than me, and I probably can't be a STEM major, which is, science, technology, engineering, math. I'm not smart enough, but now I'm an instructor. I know that anyone can do it. If you just really work really hard, anyone belongs in the STEM field. And I think especially if you don't have any family members in there, like I'm the first person in my family to go to college. So I felt like an imposter when I wanted to be a STEM major. I thought, I don't think I can do this because no one in my family does this. And I don't know, but I just wish someone would have told me you can do it. And it doesn't, yeah, you got this. And let me know if you want to talk about any STEM major stuff. I may not know a lot about biology majors or I don't know, other things, but I can try to get you the information you need, or just encourage you if you need encouragement too. Email me or come to my office hour, which we'll talk more about. But yeah, you should believe in yourself. I think there's no one that could not do, I don't know, computer science major or medical, I don't know, a nurse or a doctor, whatever. You could do it. If you might have to work hard, but you can definitely do it. So anyway, that's enough of the mushy stuff. Okay. Now, this page just gives information about this course. Most of this you don't need, but I think I'm supposed to put it in the syllabus. Like this class, it goes from January 9th, which is the first day of class, Monday, through April 29th, technically, but I think we saw in the syllabus our final is the April 28th. So that's the last day of class where we just take the final and then you're done. But we have homework linked in Canvas, which can be worked on anytime before the due dates. Yeah, then 2 midterms that are on Canvas. They have to be done at a certain time, like we said, and the final is the 28th. Okay. And please log into Canvas by Sunday, January 14th, just to stay enrolled in this course. Because if someone hasn't logged into Canvas, even not like you have to do a whole homework section or something, but I just want to see that you've actually been into Canvas. Because if you haven't, and that's what the 5th day of class, then it kind of seems like you might not want to be in the class. So yeah, because I think that's a big problem. Some students, they enroll in a class and then they just stop doing anything and not even showing up, and they hope the teacher drops them. And that's kind of what I'm worried about. I don't want you to be that, or I'm worried you might be that student if you don't even log into Canvas at all. You might want me to drop you maybe because you forgot you even enrolled, and you would like to drop if you remembered that you enrolled. Anyway, this class is 3 units. I don't know why that would matter, but I think you need a certain number of, as a student, I remember you need a certain number of units to have financial aid and different other programs. So that's why it was important for me. This is a college level course in algebra. Although this class, it's called college algebra, but a lot of the material we go over is pre-calculus material. So if you think at any time, oh my gosh, this material is difficult, college algebra is a lot harder than high school algebra. Yeah, because we shoved a lot of pre-calculus in this class, So I think honestly, if you do well in this class, you get an A, B, or even C, and then you go to take pre-calc, it's going to be almost kind of easy for you. Because this is a lot of the same material. You'll be like, oh, I learned this already, boring. You're going to get an A in that class for sure. So yeah, but you can do it. You just got to, maybe certain sections or chapters might be kind of difficult, but I think you got this. If you just, dedicate enough time to it, you can do it. Let's see. Yeah, college level coursework and the STEM sequence. So if you're not sure which class you're supposed to be in right now, maybe you're a new student, Math 111 is supposed to be like almost like a pre-calculus class. So it's for those that want to do STEM majors. If you want to be science major, technology, engineering, math, if you're trying to do a different major and you know you're not going to be a STEM major, you might want to talk to a counselor about maybe taking a different math class. I mean, you could take this one, but it's kind of like, it's harder than it has to be, I guess, if you don't need it, if that makes sense. But this shows all the topics we're going to go over in case you care, but you don't really need to know that. You'll see it as we go. Of course, you'll watch the lecture videos and stuff. But I'm supposed to put that information in here. But it does have important dates, which is important. So if you decide for whatever reason you want to drop this class, because yeah, like maybe your major, you don't need it, or for some other reason, then this is the date at which you have to drop it to get a refund. So if you've paid to be in this class, but then you realize, no, I don't need this class anymore, as long as you drop before the 22nd of January, then you'll get all your money back. If you try to drop after the 22nd, you'll still, you won't get your money back for the class. No, but here it is. But the very last day to drop is April 3rd. So it's the very last month of class. You still have until then to drop the class. But if it's done before January 22nd, you'll get all your money back. So I don't know, it's hard to tell at the very beginning, do I want to drop this class or not? But if you happen to know, then it'd be good to do it before then. And that's true for all your classes. If you're taking other classes on at MJC as well, those dates hold for all of them. Unless it's a late start class, the classes that don't start this week, they start another week. Let's see. So how to contact your instructor. Probably the easiest way is just email. This is my school email, but you could just message me through Canvas. If you send me a message through Canvas, I get it in Canvas and I get it through my school email. So that's probably the easiest way to do it. And then I have my office hours listed here. I have a little bit on Mondays and Wednesdays because I'm actually on campus Mondays and Wednesday mornings. I'll be on campus from 10:10 to 10:40 in my office, which is Sierra Hall. That's on the West Campus. I guess I should have put that here. West Campus. And it's the second floor, room 254. But, if you don't want to come to campus or those times don't work for you, I also have office hours Tuesdays and Thursdays on Zoom from 1 to 3 p.m. And I'll try to email that Zoom link to you guys and also just have it on Canvas, maybe in a very easy spot. Right when you log into this Canvas course, hopefully you'll see a link there that makes it easy for you. And I know it seems like office hours on Zoom aren't great, but there's actually a way I can share my screen and I can, go over problems and you can see it and you can ask me questions and you can go show me what you're doing. Yeah, so even if you're stuck on a homework problem, if you can't come in person, that's a good way to do it. And if neither of those times work for you, you're working at those times or something else, just maybe email me and we can maybe come up with a better day and time to come up with a little office hour just for your individual needs. And then there's tutoring on campus, and this is the link to it. It'll tell you the hours and the names of the tutors. They have them in person. You can make an appointment or just walk in and they'll have the drop-in sessions. But also I think they have Zoom sessions. I don't think they have drop-in Zoom sessions anymore because I think it was too chaotic to have drop-in Zoom sessions for these tutors. But you can make appointments to have a Zoom tutoring session with a tutor. Let's see. And then like we said, the tutoring on Canvas, which is free, you click on Net Tutor when you get to our Canvas course. And then there's someone any time of day, any day of the week, they're ready to help you with a homework problem or whatever you need. More math related, I guess. Yeah. And then if you want to talk to a counselor, counseling for academic and other matters is available at the counseling office. And this is where it is. And then disability services, if you have a disability, accommodations may be made by contacting the main office. And then if you need any accommodations, let me know. Like some people get extra time for their midterms or tests, or I don't know, if whatever the needs are, please let me know, whatever they are. And then veteran services on East Campus in the student services building. So same building as the bookstore, and they have their phone number listed here. But if there's any other things you're wondering about on campus, you can let me know and I'll try to find them as well. If there's something that's not listed there, but that there's something else you want. Let's see. So we've exhausted all the pages that are listed. Now I have to go to the drop-down menu, more communication policy. So just kind of saying, I'll try to send a weekly announcement about the current week. Okay, what are we working on and what's new and what do you have to look out for? Was the midterm coming up or anything like that? And it says here too, I've kind of forgot to mention that for quizzes and homework, the grades will show immediately as you work on them. Like you just do one problem, it'll give you some points for that. And then you do another problem, it'll give you points. So it's immediate feedback, and they'll tell you if you're wrong or you're right on the problems and you can try again. as many times as you want. But midterms, I physically grade them. So it might take a few days for me to grade midterms and finals, but I try to do it as fast as I can so you can get your feedback quickly. Let's see. Yeah, I try to do it quickly. It depends if it's a big class with lots of students, I guess. And then I'll try to show a breakdown of points on the midterms per problem. So I'll put that on Canvas. Hopefully you can see it, and that kind of helps. And then what else? So then it's our student teacher pact. I expect, everybody's nice to each other. I don't know. We don't really talk classmate to classmate, but whatever. If you need support, please reach out to me. I'll try to reach out to you if I can tell that you're struggling. If you're not really doing your homework or your quizzes, I'll try to make it a point to reach out and say, hey, what's going on? Is there anything you need? Or you having any problems with anything? Let's see, contact me. Yeah, and please let me know if you have a concern regarding a due date. If you think, oh, there's this homework section that's coming up and it's due, and I don't think I can do it in time because of some reason, just maybe email me, and might as well ask, can I get an extension on that or not? Because really, I want you to just finish all the homework so you're ready for the midterms. If it's a little late, don't worry about it. Just let me know, and I can try to make it so you can do it a little later. That's fine. So exams and final exams, we already talked about that. The 2 midterms and the final, that's what we got. Campus resources, so kind of the same things: tutoring, counseling, disabilities, veteran services. Okay, I don't know why I put that on 2 pages, just in case you really need it and you can't find it. This one's important. I don't know. I guess this way you can put more time into some things than others, I guess, if you only have a certain amount of time. But I break down, there's a few things that are due in our class. We have quizzes, we have 2 midterms, we have 1 final exam, and we have homework. So that's how much, it's pretty evenly split. Quizzes are worth 20% of your grade, and you'll see there's a quiz every week that you'll see on Canvas, except for the weeks where there's a midterm. Let's say we're in week 6 or week 11, there's no quiz that week, just the midterm, that's it. But every other week we'll have a quiz instead of a midterm. Then the midterms, 2 midterms put together are 25% of your grade. So each one's half of that, 12.5%. The final exams were 30%. And then all the homework together is worth 25%. So it's worth doing. And then the homework itself, we'll talk about, I don't want to get ahead of myself. We'll talk about that soon. Let's see. So that was class grade breakdown. Okay, materials for this course. This one's kind of the important stuff, I guess. So you'll need some kind of scientific calculator. It doesn't have to be the big, what do they call them? The graphing calculators. You don't need the big ones, just some kind of scientific calculator, like a TI. I think I've only had Texas Instruments calculators, but you can have it doesn't matter the brand. It's just that if you're not sure how to do something on your calculator, I probably won't know either, unless it's a Texas Instruments one. But you can rent those TI 30 or TI 84. 84 is the big graphing ones, which is kind of overkill for this class, but if you want, that's fine. But TI 30 is all you need. It's kind of a little one that has just what we need. But you can rent them for free for an entire semester from the MJC bookstore. So I think you should be able to go to either bookstore. There's one on West Campus, one on East Campus. I think you just show them your student ID and say, hey, I need a calculator for my class. And they'll say, okay, here you go. And then use it the whole semester and then just bring it back for free. They don't charge you anything. Then the only other thing you will need that you will actually have to pay for is a 1 semester subscription to MyMathLab. So we'll talk about the next page. We'll talk about how to get access to it, but there'll be 2 options. Once you see, they'll say, okay, time to pay for it. Here's the cheaper option. I think it's $69.99, or maybe it's might be a little more now, $74.99. I can't remember. They're always increasing the prices, of course. But there's a more expensive option that you probably don't want in this class. It would be only if you drop this class and you take it again next semester, like in the summer or in the fall, then the more expensive option is good because it'll cover this semester and next semester's class. So you won't have to pay for it again. But that's only if the next class you take next semester, summer or fall, uses the exact same textbook. And no other class at this school uses the same textbook as Math 111 except Math 111. So it would only be a good idea to buy the more expensive MyMathLab option if you're planning to take this class again in the summer or again in the fall. So I think if your plan is just finish this class this semester and then take it the next class later, then don't get the more expensive one, because it won't count for both classes unless they use the same book, and the next class does not use the same book. And I'm sorry, that's very confusing, huh? But that's all you'll need. And that will explain kind of how to get access to MyMathLab. and they sell the code in the bookstore, but it's very expensive, more than it has to be. And they sell it on Amazon, which maybe, or maybe other websites too, I don't know, and it might be a little cheaper, but you can just instantly get it. If you're just trying to register for MyMathLab online, you can just pay for it with a credit card or PayPal, I think, on the spot. And it's not too expensive. Yeah, I don't think, but I've had students, say, hey, I found it for cheaper on Amazon, so I think I'm going to buy it on there. And then it took weeks or something to come in the mail. And then they weren't able to do the homework for weeks. So I don't know. I don't know how much money you would save buying it on Amazon, but it might not be worth it. Yeah. So, okay, this kind of tells you how to register for MyMathLab. So first, it seems like a long thing, but the first, let's see, how many steps here. This part is if you're just trying to register for it and you're ready to pay for it now, this is how you do it. Okay. And we'll talk more in detail about that. But if I go down, this is if, I don't understand why, but I remember as a student, I still don't understand why, if I get financial aid, why doesn't it come to me right away? I need to pay for books. I need to register. I need financial aid for that. But no, it comes weeks later. What the hell? I don't know. But anyway, if you're in that boat where you're like, okay, I don't have the money right away, but I need access to the homework, this bottom part gives you temporary 2 weeks free access. 2 weeks. Yeah, free. So that way, if your financial aid comes in or you haven't gotten paid yet at your job or something, whatever the case may be, you don't have the money right now, you can just sign up for the 2 weeks. And then once the 2 weeks are over, you purchase the code. MyMathLab will say, hey, it's been a good run, this free 2 weeks, right? Yeah, but now it's time to pay. And you say, all right, I was hoping you'd forget, but okay, here I go. And then you pay. That's a good option. Also, if you're not really sure about being in this class, like if you're not sure, do I need this class for my major? I kind of think I do, but I'm not sure. I don't have a counseling appointment until a week from now or something. Maybe do the temporary access in case you or your counselor decide you don't need this class. Then, okay, I didn't pay for it anyway, so I'm not wasting my money, But if you're pretty sure, okay, I know my major is going to be STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, and I know I want this class, then I would follow these steps where, okay, now we'll go into it in more detail. So, okay, what does it say? It says, and this is the kind of confusing thing, because we took MyMathLab and Canvas and we integrated them. They're kind of combined into one. You wouldn't go to MyMathLab's website to register. So the very first time you're logging into MyMathLab, for this course anyway, don't go to MyMathLab's website. It's not going to work. It's really, I don't know why they don't make it work either way, so that no matter where you go, you get what you need, but they had to make it complicated. I don't know why. But in our course, because MyMathLab and Canvas are integrated, I have to do it through Canvas. So it says, I just go to my Canvas page, and then if you're not in our course, of course, click on Math 111. And then what you're going to want to do, I believe, is click on My Lab and Mastering. That's pretty much MyMathLab's little area in Canvas. I'll click on that. Let's see. And mine, I think I'm already registered, so your screen will look a little different. I think this is where it'll say, do you want to create an account or create an account or log in? And if you've ever used MyLab, either MyMathLab or even for psychology, I don't know, I think Pearson is the publisher, right? They make My Stats Lab, My Psych Lab, My Bio Lab. Just if you've used Pearson's site at all in a different class, you should be able to log in with the same account. You're still gonna have to pay for it, but at least that way you don't have to create a new username and password. But if you've never used any MyLab, Pearson homework online stuff, then you just create an account. Just make whatever username you want, but just try to make your name match the name that I would see on PiratesNet, because there's been times where a lot of times someone gets married and they change their last name, and then I see their new name in MyMathLab, their married name. I say, oh, okay, this is their grade on their homework. Cool, okay. And then when comes time to give them their overall class grade at the end of the semester, I can't find their name in PiratesNet to give them their grade. Is because their maiden name was here and their married name. So just try to keep your name the same, and so I can recognize, because I'm having to transfer grades from one to another, I guess. And it might be hard, or I'll probably ask you, hey, are you so-and-so? Is that your old name and your new name? Okay, cool. But yeah, so your login name, and I think, and then it'll kind of give you the steps. Okay, you're going to log in with your old username and password, or you're going to create your own. And then either way, it'll say, okay, now how do you want to purchase this? Did you already purchase the code at the bookstore or on Amazon? If you did, okay, enter, type in that code here. And then if you hadn't paid for it yet, it says, okay, you haven't paid for it, then click here to pay for it. And then it'll just generate a random code and give you access for the rest of the semester. Yeah, and I think you can pay credit card or PayPal. Things should work. Or I think the third option would be, I want to do 2 weeks free trial, and they'll say, oh, okay, you can do 2 weeks free trial, but in 2 weeks we'll say, hey, where's your money? Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. So I can't really think of anything else to say, but please, I know there's a lot of details, especially with these online classes. Everything's online, so there's no, oh, I saw my professor walk by before class, or after class I went and talked to them and asked them a question. There's none of that, so it's kind of hard. But please message me anytime you have a question, or come to my office hour, email me in Canvas or the school email, whatever you want to do. But I hope I explained a lot, maybe over-explained a lot. But please let me know, if you have any questions. Otherwise, I look forward to the semester, and don't worry, you got this. Please ask for any help you need. That's what I'm here for.